So it's a Friday, the 19th of November. Hello and welcome to Frontier Opening Bell. I am Bosun Amavai here in Durban, South Africa. Let's get the show going with a look at the selected African equities market on Thursday, all in the negative territory. Nigeria's GDP numbers came yesterday better than expected, about 4.05% in the grip, but the market was down on the equity side, 15 basis points on the NGX, all-share index 43,285. Just the day after the Debt Management Office sold 150 billion naira in three papers for the month of November FGN bond auction. Of course, there was a sell-off on Thursday on the Nigerian big names in the banking sector like GITCO, FBN Holdings. The BRVN in West Africa, French-speaking countries, just a tad of 0.01%. The Egyptian market lost much heavier by 1.01%. The Nairobi market lost 12 basis points, and the South African JSE still below the 71,000, which we talked briefly earlier in the week, down by 11 basis points. So we're closing on this Friday to look at the East African markets, what's making the headlines across the East African region. Let's get into some of the headlines with the Cooperative Bank of Kenya reporting a net profit of about 1.6 billion shillings in the 9-month period, January to September, part of the reporting period across the frontier markets. In the meantime, Shelter Africa, with headquarters in Kenya, says it's gotten 2.2 billion shillings capital injection from the Gambia. And you have Rwanda's export revenue up about 16% to roughly 1.47 Rwandan franc in the for the country's full year 2021. And Air Tanzania has bought 4 new Boeing planes at the cost of $726 million US. A number of African airlines are beginning to revamp their commercial aviation businesses in the wake of a reopening of economies around the world and the vaccination level increasing. The Mauritius airline also got about $280 million to revamp the airline, a similar deals we're seeing in a number of other African countries, including Tunisia. Okay, moving on to the West African region, where Nigeria's GDP numbers came through yesterday. Third quarter GDP 4.03%, in line with expectations by the central bank that economic growth will remain on track for the rest of the year. That's a figure 4.03%, however, slightly less than 5.01%, which we saw in Africa's largest economy in the second quarter of 2021. Still here are the Intra-Africa Trade Fair. This year, Silverbird inked a $50 million deal yesterday with Afreximbank and AAA Entertainment to produce feature film focused on the African continent. The funding is part of the $500 million that Afreximbank is putting on the table for Africa's creative and entertainment industry. In the meantime, Best Half Exploration and Production Company also signed a non-binding agreement with the Afreximbank on Thursday for $1 billion deal with the NNPC, Nigeria State Oil Corporation. A bid into the market where the Nigerian Securities and Exchange Commission says it's going to prune its top management by nearly 150 individuals. It's going to be the first major retirement program done by the Securities and Exchange Commission in many years. The agency, the capital markets regulator, is under pressure from the National Treasury and the National Assembly in terms of its funding, which has been in deficit over the recent years. The agency has been asked to trim down to remain more efficient and cut costs. In the meantime, the International Energy Agency 2 days ago released new reports in its monthly report saying the average crude oil price target is now $79.40 for 2022, saying more production has been coming in. The rally that we saw in the past year or couple of months has been driven largely by demand, but says now oil prices could taper down from around $84 a barrel to about $79.40 moving into the new year just weeks ahead. And Ghana's new 1.75% e-levy is coming under heavy backlash from the business community. Let's look at Southern Africa, the host of the IATF 2021. The South Africa's inflation data in sharp focus yesterday. The central bank, that's the SARB, Reserve Bank, decided to raise rates by 25 basis points to 3.75%. The first in 2021. Moving into next year, into 2024, the inflation outlook for the SARB over the horizon is about 4.2% for this year and touching 4.5 by the year 2024. And still here in Durban at the IATF 2021, we're hitting the home run today with focus on the creative arts nexus, which is called the CANEX, which is currently ongoing. Creative Africa on the menu today, entertainment and movies and all of that in focus as we begin to wrap up this biennial edition for 2021 of the Intra-Africa Trade under the African Bank umbrella. An Investec in South Africa says it's offloading 50% of 91 and it's looking at the United Kingdom for growth. The Treasury Department in Zimbabwe is cut the country's fuel levy to allow price freeze on petrol products, which the Southern African country actually sorely needs. Well, I'm wrapping things up on North African markets, by the way, with Egypt still in very big news across the region, with other economies, of course, making a couple of headlines as we wrap up the current week. And that's been your Frontier Opening Bell for today. I am Bosin Omofai. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Next week, we're back here on the show. Bye for now, and have a great weekend, everyone.